Hey guys, this is a follow-up to my personal post that I put on my personal page on Instagram and Facebook. So if you're watching this, you like my business page, excellence area. And so this is just posted on the excellence area. So if you want to know why I'm saying these things, my original post is below here. I just posted a link so you can kind of read it. But yesterday, it was the Super Bowl and the uber controversial halftime show where Shakira and J-Lo performed a beautiful display of amazingness. And I want to just go ahead and say this out first so you can understand where I'm coming from. I'm doing a video because when we write things, not everybody understands what we said it. So the written word is not understood or conceived sometimes as how we want it to be. Number two, I am a Latina woman, and so I understand the Latina movement. I understand what it is to be a Latina in the United States, and so I just want to put that out there. The other thing is that I also am a woman, and if you know me personally, you know that I am all about the empowerment of women, the independence of women, the excellence for women. And so it has nothing to do with my disdain for the Latina community. It has nothing to do with me not understanding the empowerment of women. Quite the contrary, I make my life goal to teach women to be independent, strong, and powerful. And so to comment on my personal Facebook page saying that I don't understand what happened yesterday is a misunderstanding. I do understand what happened yesterday, and that my opinion on my personal page should have a voice, just like your opinion on your Facebook page or your Instagram page should have a voice, and we can respect each other, and we can even be super friends. I do have friends and family members that disagree with my opinion, but we can still have this conversation, and I appreciate the people that are able to continue a conversation and just be civil about it. And so that's why I wanted to put the video out, because if you know me, you know my heart, and I wanted to understand where I come from and explain a little bit more of why I posted what I posted. So I picked a picture and then I put a text there explaining my wonderment and why such powerful, beautiful, talented, amazing women chose to express all of that they have in the way that they did. And the caption that I chose was a quote, and I don't even know who said it, but the person said, "Your actions speak so loud that I can't hear what you're saying." And that's so true. And I say that often because people watch you, people watch what you do, people watch what you say. And I'm always amazed at people that post a Bible verse on one day on their Facebook page, and then the next day they post themselves going to the bar and acting like a fool. And I'm like, okay, that's totally a double standard there. They're two extremes. So who are you? The way you live speaks louder than the words you say, and so we need to be careful. If you are on a position of authority or on a position of higher influence, you need to be even more careful what you do and say, because people will scrutinize that. And so if you have a passion, if you have a vision, if you have a gift to give the world, you need to be, and you are in that position of authority or a position of influence, it's even more important to pay attention to what you put out there, because people are scrutinizing that 24/7. And so that's where I come from, what I'm going to say next. So there are lots, I don't have to be putting over here, but you understand that there's lots of studies that show that brains of men and women behave differently. So even though women, I was sitting here in my living room yesterday with my husband and a guy and a girl, our age, and we were watching the game yesterday. I'm not a football watcher. I think it's a very violent game, and I choose not to watch it just because I don't like seeing guys hurt each other. You can watch it, you can clap for it, you can pay money for it. What's your thing? Do it. Hooray for you. I don't like it to watch it, so I don't know what goes on. I have time all the time. This is a once a year thing for me, every once in a while. I do. The only thing that I make sure that Ray calls me to watch is the national anthem. I like to stand and sing along and listen to the talent that is out there, or sometimes the lack of talent, right? But yesterday, Demi Lovato was like awesome. I loved how she did it. Anyways, I digress. Talking about brains of men and women behave differently. And so when you're talking about a man watching that, he's going to internalize that and he can't unsee those things. When we're talking about ending sex traffic, when we're ending pornography, we're ending the making women objects. We want to end that. We don't want men to treat women lesser than. That's the whole point of the feminism, right? To be equal to them, to be treated as equal. Well, when you take your clothes off and you shake your body and you behave that way, you teach men it's okay for you to look at you that way. And there's a group of women that say that we need to teach the man not to look at women that way. Well, when you and I disagree with that. We need to teach people, human beings, to respect each other. Okay, so whether you're a guy or girl, if you see another human being, you respect that human being. But not everybody's going to do that. And so we need to do the and then some and teach people how to respect us. And so you're never going to see me walking around with no clothes on, because I want people to, women and men, to respect me. I want people to understand that I respect myself. Therefore, they need to respect me. I'm going to teach my daughter the same way. And I'm going to teach my sons that whether they see a girl dressed in a non-respectful way or a respectful way, they need to respect her. But in their brain, they already saw that girl dressed the way she's dressed. And so they know what she thinks of herself. If you walk into a new doctor's room and two men walk in, one with scrubs and one with the white lab, who's the doctor and who's the nurse? You're going to assume who that person is based on what they look like. They could be changed. They could be playing a trick on you. But you're going to assume that the guy wearing the scrubs is the nurse and the guy wearing the white lab is the doctor. It's a simple example, but it's how we behave in society. When you see somebody that dresses themselves properly and speaks properly and acts properly, has control over their body and their mind, you know that person respects themselves. And there's some people that act foolishly and don't dress properly and say stupid stuff, and then you know that they have no control over themselves, and you know that they gave permission for you to not respect them because they are not respecting themselves. And that was my point yesterday, is with all, and look, I'm not 50. My body does not look like those women's body. Okay, and so kudos to them for working super hard, preparing, being that performance was amazing. And I wish that the message that they put out there was a message of empowerment for younger girls, for women, and for the men to look at women in a much different way than what happened yesterday. The outfit that J-Lo had, if you're an artist, you know the contrast brings attention to the white. If you watch that thing, rewind those shots of that outfit that she was wearing. If you were an artist, you know that when you have the contrast of the darker shade and the whiter shade, the eye goes to the white shade. Where were your eyes constantly pointed to in that display? And so don't tell me that was the crotch shots were a thing of the TV men. That outfit was chosen to bring attention to the bikini area of J-Lo. She had her hair done beautifully. Her face was amazing. And all I looked at, and when I was looking at the television, was her crotch, and I was uncomfortable. And so what I'm saying to you is that she's so talented. She dances so well. She does all kinds of stuff. J-Lo is a talented woman. In her own right, she should demand a lot of respect. And yesterday, I lost respect for her because she chose to use her power and her influence to show the world her crotch. And so I don't want to be crude, but I'm telling you how I felt yesterday, and I know I'm not alone. And so when we choose to not demand respect by how we act, how we behave outside, how we let ourselves lose control of our minds and our bodies, then we're teaching other people that's okay for them to treat us that way. And we cannot expect the other person to be to show restraint when we are not showing restraint. That's what I'm saying. That I think that there's a much better way for us to express our awesomeness instead of choosing the outfits, choosing the song, choosing the choreography, and choosing our voice. If you have a life message, how would you choose to deliver it? That's what I wanted to share with you. So I hope you hear my heart. And if you disagree with me, I love you still, and you have the right to disagree with me. And it's okay, we can still be friends. We don't have to cut off each other from, because I'm gonna listen to the people that don't believe the way I do, because I wanna learn something from you. And so, okay, that's it for today. Mwah, thank you for watching.